Hey guys, it's Coop from Garage Gym Reviews, and today we are reviewing one of the best value trap bars that are on the market. I'll tell you if it's the actual best value here in a little bit. However, this is the Titan Hex Trap Bar from Titan Fitness. I first want to address the elephant in the room, and that elephant is the fact that this looks very similar to one of, if not the most popular trap bars in the world. That trap bar is the Rogue TB2 from Rogue Fitness. This, before I go into any reviews, number one, we're gonna do a full breakdown on the TB2 in the future. Probably do a comparison. If you'd like to see it, let me know in the comments. Also, if you'd like to see that, make sure you subscribe. However, this is essentially based off of, copied from, I'm not there when this happens, so I can only speak to the outcome. This is pretty much very freaking similar to the Rogue TB2. And you'll see that in some of the specific specs and details and things we talk about. But by and large, this design is a copy, which isn't that surprising because Titan has done that many times, of the Rogue Fitness TB2. And I'll get through like some of the semantics and some of the differences in that a little bit later on in this video. However, from the very beginning, I want to make it clear, I recognize this is very similar to that one, and you should as well, so you should compare that to this one to that one before you add it to your home gym. Now, this is the second version of the Titan Hex Trap Bar. Main reason is because a lot of times when Titan comes out with new products, it's not always the greatest. At least historically, it hasn't been. There have been some that the first version is like, it's pretty good. This one in particular was not that good, and one of the main reasons was the knurling. There was no knurling on one of the handles, which left it off of our best trap bar guide. However, with the updated version, it's quite a bit better because they've made some details. Now, before I get into a specific review, let's get into some of the basic specs. Now, the first one is the weight. A lot of you guys, you may not want a super heavy trap bar. Others of you, the heavier the better, so because you're starting at 135 no matter what anyways. So this one weighs 60 pounds unloaded. That's the exact same weight as the Rogue TB2, what a surprise, but it's 60 pounds, which means it's a very heavy trap bar from the start. That's heavier than most other trap bars that you see, like a cap trap bar, and it's heavier than barbells at 45 pounds. However, most people are just deadlifting with this, and because they're just deadlifting, people are typically starting at 135, 155, or somewhere around there. However, you do have to adjust your mental math because it's not like an odd number like 45 or 55, it's 60. Number two is the width. Again, the exact same as the Rogue TB2 at 85.5 inches. Literally 85.5 inches on both of them, from the end of the sleeve to the other end of the sleeve. That basically allows you a lot of loading area and a lot of area to train in. However, if you're living in a small space, that means it's going to take up a little bit more space than what you typically see with like a cap trap bar. So that then affords you more weight for plates to go on the end. This has a 16-inch sleeve length, again, the same as the Rogue TB2, and you can add a lot of freaking plates on here. One of the nice things about like that extra length on the sleeve is even if you're not using iron, so you're using bumper plates, even fat bumper plates like a high temp that are made of recycled tire rubber that take up extra space, you can put more on there than what you could typically do with a barbell, because typically people are deadlifting, especially with trap bars, more than they are with barbells. Because of that, you need more room for space. So if you're using iron, you're never gonna run out of room. I've seen people, deadlift thousands of pounds with 16-inch loaded sleeves on these types of trap bars, no problem. So the sleeve will never be an issue. And then the other spec, and the one that I think I will talk about more, is the width on the handles. The width on the handles from handle to handle is 22 inches. Most of you, that means absolutely nothing. However, those of you that have used trap bars quite a bit may recognize that 22 inches is a little bit thin from what is standard. Most trap bars are anywhere from 24 to 25 inches in width. That means that's great for those that are smaller. However, those that are absolutely massive like me, I've seen comments from people that are like 6'1" and above, a little bit bigger stature, not massive by any means. However, if you're about that height, this may feel a little bit thin, especially for those of you that are used to the wider. And the issue comes in when you go down to deadlift or do farmer's carries, when you have your hands on your handles, if you got wider hips or something, your hands may, lock into your sides, or your hands may rub against your sides. I personally don't experience that issue because these hips do lie. And so because of that, I feel fine within this. However, those of you that are a little bit larger, you may have a little bit problems. So something to be aware of. Again, the Rogue TB2, the basically comparison to this one, is 25 inches in width. So, you know, it's quite a bit wider than what's here. Now, the trap bar was delivered by UPS, just like all of our trap bars. This one was specifically from our good old friend, Poor Phil, that brings everything and what the freak? All right, we're back. Just like every other product, this one was delivered just like that, thrown against my garage door. However, this one being 60 pounds, it did cause a little bit of damage. Regardless, the package itself was fine. Came in cardboard, wrapped in plastic lashings, and then had foam cubes in between every section of the trap bar to prevent any from like metal contact or anything like that. This is by and large Titan's biggest improvement is their shipping, and this one was no exception. This is probably one of their more popular products, so they spend more time on the shipping and boxing and everything like that for more popular products. This one came out of the box absolutely spotless, and I loved it. Except for one thing, this right here. This sticker is so freaking bad. Here's the problem. Rogue does the same thing on theirs. On the TB2, they have this freaking sticker over the powder coat. Like, there's gotta be another way to display your logo than this right here, because all it wants to make me do is just rip the sucker off, you know? And then it leaves this stuff. It's just like, it's not good, okay? So you companies that are out there that put stickers on things, remove the freaking stickers. And this is an example. This, honestly, is one of the worst parts of the bar. Now, the Titan Trap Bar is designed to be a more durable trap bar. It's designed for the garage gym audience that are lifting quite a bit of weight, not being super careful with it. It has an 800-pound capacity. I have not seen them put 800 pounds on it. I don't know if they've actually tested 800 pounds, but we might as well do it ourselves. So, however, without even knowing if this would pass a drop test, just looking at the welds, this actually has better welds than what I've seen on a lot of Titan equipment. Welds here on the handles, as well as welds on the sleeves, all seem somewhat superior to most of what they've done. So the welds themselves, I don't see any issues. They seem consistent all throughout, including on the sleeves, which is really the section in which would be most likely to break, as well as these braces here. These braces are inferior to what Rogue's doing on their corners. Their corners wrap all the way around. I've actually seen Rogues made in their factory in the US, in Ohio, and like they wrap all the way around and they're fully welded. So their braces are better than what are on these. However, I haven't seen anybody in the community have an issue with the handles or the sleeves or the corner braces or any of that ever breaking on this specific trap bar. May have happened, I've just seen nobody talk about it publicly, so we can base that on that and the fact that there's a lot of people that have this bar. Now, here's my favorite things. Here's what I really like. I love that it has two handles. Dual handles for trap bars are great. It's one of the reasons that I really like the Kabuki Open Trap Bar, and one of the reasons I recommend it in some cases over the Eleiko Open Deadlift Bar. It just depends on like what you're looking for. The other thing is I like that it's rackable. You can use this within a squat rack, so if you want to do like different like rack pulls, or you want to do overhead presses, things like that, you can do it, although it can feel a little bit awkward because like it's pretty wide, and that just goes for any trap bar you're using in a rack. However, for pulling, it works great having both handles because there are a lot of people out there, really they don't need to be doing this full handle here. They could be using a higher handle because they're taller or just have different body mechanics. This is a tremendous value. Price is 270 bucks shipped to your door. When we compare that to Rogue's, which is the TB2, which is a different product in that they're offering a lifetime warranty and it's made in the USA. The TB2 retails for $395. To my door, it was an extra like 70 bucks or so. So that's where you're looking at the cost. So this is about $200 less when you included shipping for honestly a very similar bar. Difference being, this one only has a year warranty versus a lifetime warranty. The quality isn't quite as there. This isn't the original patented design that Rogue has. And you know, it's probably not gonna have the same customer service over the lifetime. But for most people, the value on this is absolutely tremendous. For most home gym owners, this price of bar, like, you know, 10 years ago for this level would have been, holy crap, we'd blow our minds. But because we have so much competition today, you have to consider it against all the other options that are out there, including those made in the USA. Now, here's what I don't like. This is one of the biggest ones. I don't like the knurling on here. The knurling is extremely passive. They say it's like a medium knurling, and it may have been a medium knurling before they decided to powder coat it. But after they powder coat it, it gets so much more shallow that honestly, it sometimes feels like it's not even there. Not only that, but it's kind of inconsistent and uneven. Like this right handle here is a little bit sharper, as I'm feeling it now, than the left side. Same with down here. And this section here is more aggressive than this top section here. And I don't see any reason why this section would need more aggressive knurl than the top section, because you're still gonna be lifting a lot of weight for either handle. So the knurling on this is it's just okay. In addition to that, there's no lineup marks. They should have put a knurl mark in the middle or somewhere in the middle so I knew where my hand is. Because when you go to use these, especially the bottom handles, and you're trying to like balance yourselves, it's very easy to put your hands too far forward or too far back, and then you're gonna have to reset in the middle of a set. Wouldn't have been that hard to just throw a knurl mark in between on both sides so you know where the middle of the bar is, and then you can line your hands up there when you're using them. Lastly, and this is the same problem I have with the Rogue TB2, it has powder coated sleeves, which means anytime you put weight on the end, it's gonna mar and scar it. It's not gonna look very good, and it's gonna not look very good very quickly. You're spending, regardless if this is a value option, it's still pretty pricey for a trap bar. Guys, specialty bars, stop powder coating the sleeves. I don't get it. You're trying to avoid metal on metal contact when you're shipping it. You should avoid metal on metal contact when it's in the gym. So instead, at least not have powder coat in between the plates that are there. Instead, use chrome or even raw steel may even better, because that's what's gonna happen to this eventually anyways. So, do I recommend the Titan Hex Trap Bar? Yes, I do. I think it's a great value. I think for the price, it's a tremendous value. Do I think it's better than the Rogue TB2? It's a very similar bar to the Rogue TB2. The difference is one's American made, one's lifetime warranty. This one with better knurling. This one has worse knurling, but it's a lot cheaper. That's really what you're looking at. If you're looking for a great value trap bar, this is tremendous. The value proposition, the quality for the price, it's awesome. This is Coop from Garage Reviews. Let me know what you think in the comments below. We'll see you next time. Peace.